everybody, I'm in Sylvania, Georgia at the oldest welcome center in the United States of America. You can't always say that. It's out here on historic 301, which used to be the main drag going to Florida and back from Florida before I-95 was built. So this is still open. And they also have Coca-Cola because I've already been inside. So if you're ready, let's go.
In half a mile, turn left.
So now we're on 301. That used to be the main drag to get to Florida. Until I-95 came along, of course.
Turn left, then the destination is on your right.
Well, you turn left and then it's to your right once you turn in. So they do have some old tile in here. That's hard to find nowadays. But they only got 2 stalls. Alrighty. They got the Stuckey's peanut brittle here and Hunky Dory. Some stuff like that. Some Georgia grown products there.
Historic sites have been for about 4 years now. So going back to the beginning, so they started building it in 1960. It opened its doors for the first time in January of 1962. The reason we are located where we are is because the highway here, Highway 301, was the main thoroughfare for folks that were going to and from Florida. At that time, the interstates had not been built, so we predate all of that. And so our governor at the time, whose name was Ernest Vandiver, realized that a lot of people were coming through our state, traveling to Florida, and we needed a way to be able to showcase some of the great things that Georgia had to offer. So looking at locations, and like I said, this was the main thoroughfare, so we were right here at the Georgia-South Carolina border, so they opted to build it here. And so that's how we got to this location. Now the building is original. It's the mid-century modern theme that was very much around in the late 50s and early 60s. It kind of echoes the space race that was going on at the time with the barrel vault ceilings. The doors and door handles that you don't see anymore in other public buildings are still the original. The fixtures with the brush nickel are all original. Even the design and the barrel vaults there are all original. The signage out front, from the one that's out there by the highway to the one there, are all as they were back in the 60s. The only things that have been changed are things that are like flooring, facelift type stuff, nothing to change the structure. The marble that's on the outside of the building there came from Georgia. That was Georgia marble from Elberton, Georgia. So they leaned very heavily into the local things. And so at that time, because of the heavy traffic, you could come by most any time the parking lot was full because there was so much people traveling on 301 at the time. Had a full staff, had an outdoor maintenance crew, and anywhere from 6 to 9 ladies that might have worked indoors as hostesses, as they were called back then, to staff it. Since we are the longest continuously operating, we do offer free Coca-Cola products. Coke has been donating that for many years since it's a Georgia-based company. And so at one time it did donate to all of the visitor centers, but of course with visitation numbers, tourism numbers being so high, they wouldn't be able to do that for all of them, but they still do it for us since we're the longest continuously operating. Early on, they actually provided them in glass bottles, so they did that for a while. We operated for many years under the Department of Economic Development, and in years past it was Department of Trade and Tourism. We always promoted Georgia with the free travel information and the free Coke products. Now, we did that up until about 4 years ago, which our function is basically still the same, but 4 years ago, actually next month, we transitioned under the Department of Natural Resources, the State Parks and Historic Sites Division of DNR. Prior to that, we couldn't sell items. When we transitioned, we were able to sell, so we added the gift shop. That's been here for about 3 years now. We specialize in local Georgia-produced items, jams, jellies, sauces, olive oil, even the shirts are all produced here in Georgia. Stuckey's, which is familiar for a lot of people, that company started in Georgia, in Eastman, Georgia, and so the granddaughter of the original Stuckey family has gotten it back up and running, and so she's doing like items for, she's selling at wholesale to storefronts, and folks like us are selling those, so that's even a native Georgia company. So we've done well with that. The Georgia t-shirts that you see over there that do feature the visitor center are the cotton that makes those shirts, and they are 100% cotton, is grown in Georgia, and the shirts are made in Georgia. They each have a little QR code on it. You can scan that and actually see the family that grew the cotton from the farm that it came from. We feature items from places like Braswell's, which is very local. It's 40 miles south of the United States, where is the home of Braswell's. They've been open and in business since 1946. Also have like the olive oil there, which is produced in Glenville, Georgia. They actually have the olive trees there, an olive grove where they grow the olives, and the olive oil is produced there, as well as the balsamic vinegar. So we do lean into that, but still never lost the main focus of promoting our state. We always did promote state parks even before we were under that division. So as one of the former directors under the Department of Economic Development said, that the visitor centers of any state are like the front porch of a home, and what you see on the front porch reflects what's inside the home. So we've always tried to be a good front porch for Georgia. So that's kind of the story in a nutshell.
Well, you did a fabulous job.
Tell him about your channel.
It's Traveling the Southeast.
Oh, wow, okay.
I think that's a catchy name. So
Okay.
it's not very popular, but it's a catchy name.
Well, I think so.
So this one will come out probably, I think like June 25th or 27th.
Okay, all right.
But she's got.
Because I've been on vacation, so I've been filming a lot.
Gotcha.
We went to 2 state
Here
parks.
today, one day we were out there working on we were doing a wildflower plot out there, and we were taking pictures because it was going in a slideshow for a presentation, and she caught me seeing when she was bent over.
I know I'm well known for getting dirty because everything just splashes back up on me. I'm like, oh Lord.
Yeah, sand from her ankles to her back of her knees.
I don't know what causes that.
Well, I'll have where she puts that sand that high.
Well, I don't know how you go to sand and not get, I mean, not go to the beach and get sand. I'm gonna go back to school and learn how to talk again. I think I watched that video. No, I think I watched that video. It's got me talking backwards. Go to the sand and get beachy. That's what I was fixing to say. Go to the beach and get sandy.
So it has a beautiful design to it. And that right there has got Georgia Tourist Welcome Center, 1960. S. Ernest Van Diver, Governor. Georgia Department of Commerce, Jack J. Minter, Director. Georgia Highway Department, James L. Gillis, Chairman. Edwin C. Eccles, AIA Architect. Dedicated to the development of Georgia's great travel industry. That was a nice welcome center. I had to buy a shirt, of course. This out here says Georgia welcomes you. So we're out here at the road with the sign that says State of Georgia, Georgia Welcome Center, Georgia Information Rest Area, and it's open from 8:30 to 5:30. Now it is closed on Sundays and Mondays. So I want to make sure that I was able to get here in enough time today. It's about 4:45 in the afternoon now. So I actually did not know this place existed until I was on the Georgia State Parks website. And after I saw that, I'm like, oh, I just have to go there. Because I love some history. Historic places. Just wonderful. Thank them for doing that interview because that was more than I could have ever said. This is pretty. This one's got some style because the rest areas now, they kind of all look the same. But this one definitely does not look like any that I have ever been to before. And then also back here, that was the restrooms, of course. But they also had picnic tables if you need to come back here and eat. Some pretty flowers. So I do like that you get free Coca-Cola products in there. In Florida, you get orange juice or grapefruit juice, but I think this is so much better. I think it's wonderful. It's not a Pepsi, but a Coke will work. And this is the nice picnic table back here. Mom's already in the car. She's in the air conditioner. I'm out here doing this by myself. But anyway, this was a good stop. I'm glad that I found out about it. I would have never known. Maybe one day, but at least I did get to see it. That's the most important thing. So I'm gonna go walk around a little bit more. Oh, I'm always looking in all the trees and bushes and everything. Okay, so before we go, I got to show you my shirt. It says Sylvania Visitor Center, and it does have a QR code there that you can scan, and that'll show you who grew the shirt.
And it was grown in Georgia.
It was, everything in there was made or grown in Georgia. So this is the t-shirt, and it's got Sylvania Visitor Center, established 1962. I like that. I could not buy that. It's not much in life I enjoy more than a t-shirt. So it's got a pocket on it. Dad might want to take that one. He can't have it though. So I think pretty much all the information that I could have needed for the video was given in the video. Well, let me see if I can find what was on the state parks website too. It's not every day I get somebody who will actually talk on video. So if you go to the Georgia State Parks website, you'll see this little tiny thing right there that says Sylvania. So I was like, what is that? So it says Historic Welcome Center. So if you click that, it says that the hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 8:30 to 5:30 and closed Sundays and Mondays. The address is 8463 Burton's Ferry Highway, Sylvania, Georgia, 30467, just in case you would like to come and see it for yourself. And it says the Sylvania Historic Welcome Center, located on U.S. Highway 301, was the very first built in Georgia and is the oldest operating state visitor center in the country. Built in 1961 and officially dedicated on January 20th, 1962, the center was the results of the efforts of Governor Ernest Van Diver, who believed that tourism could be used to improve the image of Georgia and become a catalyst for economic growth. The center predates the interstate highway system in Georgia. It was built when U.S. Highway 301 was known as the short route to Florida by visitors from the Atlantic coastal states and Canadian provinces. Since it was still favored by visitors who choose not to travel the interstates, this historic center is located on 6 acres of land, half a mile away from the South Carolina border. Sylvania is the only original visitor center designed by Statesboro architect Edwin C. Eccles remaining. With a mid-century modern design, the center has barrel vault ceilings and an aluminum and glass facade that stand out in the surrounding natural setting. Native Georgia materials such as Etowah pink marble and pecan wood were used in the details. Behind the building is a park with 10 picnic tables and 2 grills for visitors to enjoy and take a break from travel. Sylvania Visitor Center is also the only visitor center in the state that still gives out free Coca-Cola products as well as Georgia peanuts. They didn't give us any peanuts, they might have been out, but they did something even better. They talked on video, right?
Yeah.
So, and then the rest of it just tells you what's nearby. And this is probably older anyway, because they did not have that t-shirt design in there. But I like the one I got, actually, if you want to know the truth. So how'd you enjoy it, Mom?
It was good.
It was good. Had a real good time in there. It was one of the best times I've ever had in a welcome center. So hopefully we'll get a chance to stop by here again on one of our travels. So that's it for this one. We hope you enjoyed.
and subscribe.
Yes, please do. So we'll see you somewhere else. So toodaloo. She's not going to say bye, so bye.